Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your December 2022 reading message for the month. I hope you hear everything, see everything, and feel everything you need to feel so that you get all of your heart's desires. And if you'd like to work with me a little more up close and personal, I do have a holiday special right now. I put the link in the description. You can book that, or you can come hang out with me for free in my Facebook group every Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless it's a major bank, unless it's an American bank holiday. Oops. All right, without further ado, Leo, let's go. So, Leo, what it looks like it's going on for you this month. Um, oh, well, it looks like you're leaving something behind. It looks like yeah, you're leaving something behind, whether it's a job or like a relationship. You're like leaving something behind. It's kind of just like you're just like kind of defeated, and you're like, all right, it's just like time to start the next chapter of my life. It's time to move on. You're and like what's crossing that is that you got to learn the lesson of like learning how to leave something and not needing to hate it. Because otherwise, if you don't learn that lesson, anytime you leave a job, there's always going to be drama. Anytime you leave a relationship, there's always going to be like some sort of scandal. So even though it's time to like move on and start something new, you got to learn the lesson of being able to look back fondly. And some things you're gonna like, some things you're not. You got to learn to have that complexity of life. The here's what I liked about it and missed about it. Here's what I didn't like about it and don't want to experience again in my future. Because if you don't learn that lesson, you're just going to repeat the same cycle of starting something. Oh, this is perfect. This is just what I needed. Boom, here's their bad thing. Then you cause a bunch of drama because you haven't learned the lesson that you can um, like something and it still not be right for you and leave. So you're going to create a bunch of drama, a lot of fights, so that you're then justified to move on. You're just going to keep repeating that cycle. So learn the lesson that like it doesn't have to be bad in order for you to leave. It's just called compatibility. And it doesn't matter like how much you like someone, how much you have in common. If you guys don't have the same relationship and goal, you're just not compatible. A fish and a bird may love hanging out, may love seeing each other, but they can't hang out. If the bird's like, "Come on, come fly with me," if he's like, "I'll carry you," the fish is gonna die, it needs to be in water. If the fish is like, "Hey, come hang out with me," once you get past underneath the waterfall, it's really cool, the bird's gonna die, the bird needs air. So you're learning how to not get into those, like, lose-lose relationships, because under the core of it yeah, your soul level lesson, what's, like, kinda bringing that to the level is the Empress. So it just means that you're really ready for, like, more peace in your life, you're really ready so it's like peace, it's like harmony, it's like balance, but it's also like the finer things of life. And you're really like kind of recognizing that you can only really have the finer things of life if you have people on your side, whether it be at work or in love or in friendships, where you guys are both also working for the same thing. Hey, Violet. Because if both of you have the same end goal, like we want $1 million saved, you at least know that you guys are working towards the same goal. So if someone fucks up a little, this person will be like, "Well, what made you make that decision? Oh, I see why you thought that would help us in our money goal. Like, okay, all right, no hard feelings." But if you guys have competing goals, there's always just going to be this fight and this conflict. So you're just starting to recognize that, like, there's as much as like chemistry and like we all agree, whether it's work or love, and you're like, "Yeah, I agree, we want the same thing." It's also worth clarifying, like, "Hey, so if that's at work, it's like, yeah, so if I were to work here, um, what are the type of things you would expect out of me? Like, okay, so now if my mom were sick and I needed to go down to like LA to be with her for a week, would I be able to work remotely? It's learning how to ask, like, identify what your needs are and ask those clarifying questions before you enter the relationship instead of just, oh, they were so cool. I'm sure they'll let me work remote. Right? So that's what's really gonna help you get the little bit more harmony in your life that you're looking for right now. It looks like in your recent past, there's something that's over and you just did not want to let go of it. So you were kind of like bitterly, guys, when you're holding on to something, right? If it's trying to get out and you squeeze hot tighter, you're gonna get rope burn. It doesn't do any good to hold on to something that's trying to get away or that's not working or that's not compatible. Or like if the rope gets out, but you're still like, "No, I'm holding on. I'm gonna try to save it. I'm gonna try to save it." Now look, now your nails are gonna cut yourself. Um, s so yeah, you're honestly just learning the lesson of like when to like clarifying questions, clarifying the same end goal with someone before you enter a relationship with them, and also learning just when to let go. That will save you so much more drama and help you get into like the empress phase of your life where it is just kind of there's just a sense of harmony and fun and eager enthusiasm to living life. Yeah, like right now you got the justice card. So what's going on for you right now? Okay, but I'm gonna repeat it, Leo. The justice card, it's like you're like, okay, I'm going to ensure that it's fair next time. I gave too much. No, 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 no. You did not give too much. You didn't find compatibility before you entered the relationship. And then you tried to held on. So when the person was like, "Hey, it's over," and then you're there buying them, like, grocery delivery and, like, sending baskets of, I don't know, gifts to their house, and you're like, I'm giving too much. Look how nice I am, and she's rejected me." No, you're not recognizing when things are done. Guys, you're definitely gonna have, like, this thing, Leo, where you can solidify so you have some, like, core beliefs that you need to change. Some people awaken and change them, and they go on their path, and they're happily ever after. Other people go, "Nope, I need to make sure she's not gonna use me for money again." And so then you become, like, hardened, and you put guard on your heart. But I have this on my Instagram. If you're guarded in love, guys, think about it. When there's someone out there looking for love, and they're like, "Oh, I wanna be hugging and dancing and kissing and holding hands and frolicking." If they walk along and see someone guarded, they're gonna be like, "Oh, he has a shield and a sword. Like, whoa, I'm just trying to cuddle here." Those people are gonna move on by. The only people who are going to come, they go, "I see that shield. My sword's bigger than that shield. I'll date you." So it does no good to be like guarded in love. And then it also puts the other person in this like prove situation. And then they'll be in this panic overdrive. Also, you feel safe. So you see how that's like a they have to lose for you to feel safe. That's a zero game. That's a zero sum game. You need to learn how to navigate towards win-win relationships where both people and all people feel good. Um, an example I could give you of that, like sometimes when I do collaborations with other like tarot readers on YouTube, most of the time I want to go big and grand, right? I'm like, hell yeah, feature me on your channel. Let's get some people enrolled in my high-end program. Um, but one person that I'm collaborating with right now, I actually got to know him, and I was just like, "Well, hey, what are your goals? What are your visions?" And he told me where he wanted to grow and what he wanted to do. I was like, "All right, I've got an idea. Why don't we? It's you want to grow in coaching. Comfortable coaching. I have a course already because I asked him what was holding him back from coaching. He's like, "Well, I don't have a course built, um, and I'm not comfortable coaching on live calls." I was like, "Well, I have a course built. I'm comfortable with live calls, but I don't have a large audience." He has a large audience, and was like, "Okay, well, why don't we just start small and do like a $99 workshop together?" I kept the price point small. I did something that he wanted too, right? Because all I want for me to feel like I won was I just wanna be coaching more people. I love coaching. I just wanna be doing more of it. So you definitely have to know what do you need for it to feel like a win. And then I was like, "Okay, what does he need?" And that's when I threw the idea, like, "Why don't we just start small, a $99 workshop, keep the price point low, so there's no pressure on you for your first time." Do you see how I didn't just, like, go for the kill and, like, "No, we need to do $1,000 workshop, blah, blah, blah." Like, it's like, no, meet them where they're at. He's gonna meet me where I'm at, and this is by far the most harmonious collaboration I've ever had in my life, and it's great. We're all good friends. We're sending flowers for each other's birthdays. Um, Win-win. You've gotta learn how to do that. What do I need to feel good and like I won? What do you need to feel good and like you won? And then how do you navigate to find a third solution that works for both of you? Going into the future, it looks like you're gonna be a little defensive, Leo. It looks like you're not gonna be fully ready to drop your guard for sure. And if you don't want to drop your guard, that's fine. Just don't approach relationships with a sword in your hand too. And like you will prove to me that you're not using me. And in order for me to feel like you're not using me for my money, I'm not paying for any dates. Like, okay, get the sword out and just be a little like you can have your shield up, and that looks like take her to like a free city event for the first date or two. And then maybe do like a smaller price thing like lunch or like coffee. And then if you like going from there, and then maybe go do an activity. If that goes well, then it's like, all right, let's go to dinner. So protect yourself in that way by slowly escalate and contribute more to the relationship after there's more of a bond built. It looks like in terms of your personal power this month is Queen of Cups. So it is about learning how to like lovingly express yourself, whether it's something good or whether it's something bad. It's how do you share like, hey, what you did really bothered me, but do it in a way where you get to fully express yourself and in a way where the other person gets to keep their dignity. That's how you're going to keep relationships harmonious. Okay. Other people around you and their influences and everything. Wow, well, other people around you are having a tower. There, it's a tower card, guys. So other people around you right now are just having fucking shitstorm all the time right now. Outside influences. I don't feel like people are going to try to draw you into their drama. I definitely feel like some people who you've been leaving might do this whole "you ruined me." No, you didn't ruin them. They're emotionally unavailable and they don't want to allow in new love. So instead of just admitting that, they're blaming you. I can't get a new lover because you ruined me. No. So don't that's their shit to sort. Let me see if there's anything more from this card I can get for you guys. Okay, for the people who, if you're having a little sinister, like I knew I'd get the upper hand. I did ruin you. I did kind of crash your YouTube. Then the lesson's on you. If you're not having that kind of a feeling, then the lesson's on the other person. Um, yeah, you didn't. All I can say is this card is saying you didn't ruin anyone. You didn't ruin anyone. So, I mean, give me something in the comments, guys. I'm curious how that's like resonating with you guys. But the card really wanted to say that you didn't ruin anyone. In terms of your hopes or fears for this month, your hopes or fears for this month is you really have a lot of relationship fears. Honestly, guys, I would encourage you to sign up for my Becoming Who You Really Are course. The course is all about like learning how to become who you really are, and there is some relationship techniques taught in that course. And it really helps with your own mind. You view relationships right now as like lose win. You're either the winner or the loser in the relationship. Um, and you definitely think that you have to like I don't want to say like sneaky or conniving. You definitely don't think you think it's like better to not be truthful about what you want. Or how do I say this to you guys? You don't think you can be open and honest and transparent about what you want in a relationship. Because it's like if I lay my cards out on the table, that's when people could take advantage of me. Um, but you're never gonna have an authentic, genuine, healthy relationship if you have that mindset in relationships. If I genuinely express what I want, they won't give it to me. They'll use it over my head. You've got to work on that because that's your fear, and your fear. It's like relationships can't be this hard. It's like that yearning for companionship and friendship, but also like that tug of war of like, oh, but people just want to steal from you. And, it's like that disharmony is what's causing your anguish. You got to line up and go, I do want relationships. And when I'm in relationship, I want it to feel like there's a sense of equality. I want it to feel like there's true, genuine companionship and friendship. I want it to feel like they have my best interest at heart when I'm not there. And they have my best interest at heart when I'm not there. Um, yeah, and you got to stop trying to make the other person like look bad, be bad, or be wrong for something to end. Like it just might not work out. There was another person I was gonna collab with, and he just said, "You know what? I really like you seem cool, you seem interesting. I really just don't have the time to build the relationship just for a collaboration right now." And I was like, "Okay, thanks for being honest with me." Instead of trying to make it work, instead of, "Well, what work do you have? Maybe I could take some off your plate." It's like, "No, they stated they don't have time right now." And I didn't make him look bad, like, "Oh, well, you just don't want to give me a shot. You just don't want to give me a chance. Why don't you just tell me that you think I'm not as good as you?" Right? No, it's just like, "Okay, cool. Thanks for if you remember when you get free, let me know. I might reach out again in a year." Okay, in terms of your outcome this month, you got the Wheel of Fortune. So even though you might be feeling scared, the change is going to come no matter what. And just be aware of what I said early in the read that sometimes the changes, sometimes people are willing to go through a deep interpersonal change and just like be different in relationships, express themselves differently while in relationship, and they just get to do a total transformation from like the inside out. And other times people just get more armored and more guarded and like, oh, another person who used me, I got to be even more guarded next time. But I already explained previously in the video like how that's going to backfire on you. So change is coming no matter what. I definitely got the vibe that most of you are going to open up and do some inner work to make it be better. Um, some of you may not. I hope I've said enough to help change your mind. If you got any questions or anything, hit me in the comments below. I would definitely love to know how it resonated for you with the you didn't ruin anyone. And again, if you want to work with me more, Friday nights I go live for free in my Facebook group at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm also available for some holiday specials right now. You get half off the usual one-on-one rate if you would just like a one-off kind of read. It's a live call. You click the link, you'll book, schedule it all at the same time. The link is in the description, and I'll also drop it in the live chat replay right now. But warm love to you all, and I will finish the last fire sign maybe tomorrow, and I will also start working on the water signs tomorrow. All right, love y'all. Bye.